Hi Aries, how are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from Nino Stereo. This is going to be your love general messages. It's a general reading, so the roles might get reversed, or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Aries, we're going to be looking at you and them. We're going to pull out cards about who is it that we're going to be talking about today. Wow. And what their current energy is like, your challenges, past, present, and future from both parties. And we're going to clarify them. And I am also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session. Okay. Beautiful. This person is being pretty talkative at this present moment. So let's talk about them for a while here, okay? I feel that in the past with the Emperor and also the Two of Wands in that preposition here, I felt that in the past this person was holding on to the things that they were only able to control. The Emperor, is actually kind of like a good card, but in a relationship card where we need to take a look on the we factor instead of the I factor, this card could be a bit of a challenging position. And why am I saying this is because I feel that this person in the past were caring a lot more about this is my comfort zone and this is the things that I used to do, because when I used to do this, I feel that I have that sense of control. So there is this lack of them wanting to actually change because they're kind of like quite comfortable, and it was convenient for them to just be in that spot or be in that position. It's kind of like different than you are because you have the Hierophant card. So I felt that in the past, you felt as if this relationship actually taught me a lot more about spirituality and and psychologically speaking, and you felt that if you were to be together with them, it's going to be for a higher purposes and etc. So you were actually being a we person, whereas them, they were being a bit of an I person, okay? I like to do things this own way, and I like to have things on my own way. It has to be this way or else I'm not going to be budging. There are people who think that they're actually a relationship person, but then they would come into a relationship kind of like imposing their opinions. They're kind of like imposing, like, this is how I used to do it. You have to follow me. I feel that this is your person here. But at some point in time in the past, they're starting to feel that, me being so afraid, or me being so scared of trying something new, me being so scared of, looking into another perspective or looking into, my partner's mindset and everything like that, is actually leading me to a life that feels kind of like quite lonely. The safest place on earth is going to be at your house. Well, you could have an earthquake, you could have a fire or anything like that. But if you are somebody who's just scared of everything, you just better stay at your house, because there are so many things that could happen when you get out of the house, right? Now, this was them. They started to realize that all of the things that they used to do, all of the things that they thought it was right, it was the right thing to do and everything like that, started to feel kind of like quite lonely, okay? I feel that out of this relationship, you've learned a lot because you have the Temperance here. Eventually, you were able to balance out some things in your life, okay? Now, in the present moment, the Lovers and also the Eight of Cups in that preposition, I feel that this person at this present moment needs to make some sort of decision for themselves, okay? There are certain things here that they need to emotionally distance themselves away from. Especially in the present energy, with the Page of Cups in here, there's no denying about how they feel about you, okay? There was some point in time when you guys are together, when you're interacting together with them, it kind of like made them feel really, really good, to a point where they're kind of like flying over the moon. But again, with such vulnerability, with such emotions, comes a lot of headache, especially when you come from a place of fear. And that's also one of the reasons why the Emperor shows up here. I'm going to give you an example, okay? Let's say I am a person who is so afraid that my partner is going to cheat on me, okay? In order for me to be safe in a relationship, this is just an example, I would need that person to always video call me everywhere they go. That is a must. Because then I know what's going on. I'm in control of the whole situation, because I'm so scared of getting hurt. I'm so scared of being betrayed. This was them in the past, Okay, this was them. Because of my fear, things has to be like that. And if it's not like that, then you're in the wrong Aries. You're the narcissist Aries. You're the terrible one Aries, because you're not going to follow what I want because of my own security and my own fear. Okay? I'm not pointing fingers at you. I'm just giving an example. You know what I mean? So with this much feelings comes a lot more headache. And comes a lot more of the need to protect, to not be impressed, but also at the same time, well, I'm kind of like lonely with this way of life, with this, the way that I've been doing relationship, and etc. Now, in the present moment, you actually have the Page of Wands, and you also have the Seven of Pentacles in that preposition. I feel that in this present moment, there's something here that you're waiting on. So you've worked hard enough into something, and you're just kind of like waiting for the fruit of your labor. But I feel that in this week, Aries, you're going to be much more playful than usual. You are going to start feeling as if like your energy is going to be lifted, and things are just going to be fun. Things are just going to be like, there are little things that you're going to be enjoying. For instance, wow, I never realized that actually me going out to the park would make me feel so good. Wow, I never actually thought that me taking a hot shower or a cold shower will make me feel this good. So there's going to be little things that you're going to be enjoying in your life. Now, in the future, beautiful Aries, you have the Star and you have the Knight of Cups. I feel that in the future, you guys are going to be very, very connected to the divine. The cups that was drained out of you is going to come back. And you are going to be ready to be playful again, to date, to talk to other people. It's because you are going to get your wish fulfillment. So we're going to clarify later on. How about this person? Seven of Wands and also Eight of Swords. Still stubborn. They know that the way that they're doing is not really getting them anywhere. It's just going to lead to a life full of loneliness. But again, there's something about them kind of like resisting some sort of changes. So let's clarify your reading now. Again, one of the biggest challenges within this connection, Queen of Wands and also the Nine of Wands, is the trust issues. If I don't trust it, it means that I have to take full control over it. Let's say you're a seller on Amazon, right? And then you're afraid that your buyer is going to scam the hell out of you. Therefore, you're going to be making like a list of precautionary things in order for you to ensure that your seller could never ever scam you. That is a good one, but not to a point where you're actually thinking that every seller is going to scam you. That way, you just close your business. Don't sell to anybody. Yeah. So this person needs to have that sense of control. Things have to go in a specific way in order for them to feel safe. And it's kind of like imposing it onto you. And I do see them kind of like playing a victim a bit in a way that, no, our Aries is the selfish one because Aries was making me feel like this. Not realizing that, you know, well, kind of true though, I was a control freak. And that controlling nature that I had was because I was insecure. I was fearful of something. It's like an overprotective parent. Okay, let's clarify from their side here with the Lovers. Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, and also the Six of Wands in that preposition. Yeah, there's a choices here that this person needs to be making. There's that acknowledgement, that feeling for you is so, so big. But again, what do? I'm not going to feel the pain. What do? I'm going to lift my spirit up. I'm going to lift my ego up. As I said, there's some of you who's dealing with somebody here who's playing the victim. The inability to see, well, maybe, because here's the thing. I don't believe that in a relationship, there is a pure saint and a pure villain. It takes two to tango. Like you would have some mess up. If you don't own it, then there's something wrong with you. And they must have messed up as well. To fully blame and to fully point the finger into the other person and says, you're the one that caused it all, is sabotage, is the inability to look within ourselves. So I feel that at this present moment, they're in a stage where they're protecting their ego instead of facing the hurt, right? It's easier for them to blame it onto you. And I feel that a lot of that has a lot to do with them wanting to find reasons to emotionally disconnect themselves from you too. I'm going to clarify that Page of Wands. Devil. Queen of Cups. And also the Knight of Pentacles and Uprights. I love your energy. Why? It's because you're no longer going to be overwhelmed with... Because I feel that you have merged it all together. Your light side and also your shadow side. You know that, there's a part of me who is not perfect. I know that. I own it. This is a card of owning. I own my emotions. There are times where I'm the best version of myself and I could love completely, everything like that. But there are a few times when I feel fearful, when I feel insecure, when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel that I'm not appreciated, when I feel that there's no one helping me, where I am actually showing my other side. It's an acknowledgement one, and I love it. Okay, once you acknowledge these things about yourself, here you go. Going back to the old you, going back to your energy, who is very playful, who is not scared of trying something that is different. Okay, I want to clarify that Eight of Cups. Let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. I feel that a part of you here is kind of like quite impatient for things to just be cleared out. You know what I mean? Because like, I'm so impatient for things to just get cleared out. Now, this is also a bit of work related or money related. There is something here that you could foresee. It could be some business expenses, work expenses, or a little bit of a trouble in that area or study area as well. But I do feel that you here with the Ten of Wands, you guys are actually going to take some precautionary actions in order to ensure that that thing that is going to come or that you've foreseen coming is actually not going to affect you that bad. So it's a planning type of card. Like before that happens, I need to prepare that it's not going to affect me that bad. Like if you've been foreseeing, knock on the wood, but like if you've been foreseeing yourself getting fired, let's say for instance, or getting laid over, like, okay, before I got laid over, before I got fired, what do I need to do in order for me to still be safe? That kind of thing. Okay. Okay. I love your energy in the future. There might be someone new in the future as well, but we're going to clarify, yeah? Let's clarify the Seven of Wands. In the present moment as well, if you're single and ready to mingle, I do see you could potentially be dealing with somebody new. Now, but the thing is that because you've gone through a lot and you've learned like a lot of lessons throughout your life here, is that you start seeing people for who they are. I just don't think that this present moment, we'll see next week, but this present moment, it's not really like a good time for you to be manifesting a relationship because of how, it's better to focus on you. Let's clarify the Seven of Wands in the future. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. This person is very talkative, Not you, this person. Like I've been having more cards than I usually pull for this person's side. Some things always brings them back to you in terms of thought. But every time there is this, oh fuck, like I miss Aries, or, I don't think I would ever meet somebody, or I would ever be in a connection as much as I did with Aries and everything like that. They suddenly stop themselves, resisting it from doing anything about it. And I think a lot of that has a lot to do with them comfortable being on the higher side. Like they're fearful that if they were to be the one that does that, there's a high possibilities of them, no longer having the upper hand or no longer having a dignity. So to clarify this star card from your side here, Aries. King of Wands, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups. See, new love. Even if you're not interested in new love, but I feel that you would have a clearer picture and a clearer idea about what kind of love is it that you would like to have in your life. So we see the shifting, we see this pattern breaking thoughts coming from you in the future. Clarify that Eight of Swords. Okay, I want to clarify that Knight of Cups. Congratulations, Aries. So if you're single and ready to mingle and you want nothing to do with this person anymore, I do see new love coming in towards you. That person could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or a fire sign. Although maybe it's just a little fire sign, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Virgo. But anyway, okay, let's talk about your past person before we get into the exciting part, okay? The past person is still going to be kind of like quite undecided about what to do with this connection. And I feel that they're still going to be in their like, I'm not going to do it. They're still going to be in their comfort zone and their safe space and all that. Okay, now here's the new love that is coming to you. This person is going to be kind of like quite a bit different than you, I think, in terms of races or in terms of preferences. Value-wise, similar, but different from the surface. That's why I was telling you about like different type of races or different ways of like dressing, things like that, or different ways of community or anything like that. But so core wise is similar, but physically wise is going to be kind of like quite different. And yeah, it's good. This person would have a bit of a pet, or they would have a little bit of interest when it comes to animal. Like when you talk to them, they're going to have like a little bit of an interest when it comes to animal. This person could be a Sagittarius as well. But again, as soon as you get into yourself and you're starting to know what kind of love that you would like to have, I think that you guys are going to be putting yourself out there again, being very, very excited of the prospect of you meeting somebody new and trying to build on this beautiful Ten of Pentacles or beautiful long-term type of relationship. Could be a Gemini or a Virgo as well. But again, like this person is going to be the one that you wish to have in your life. And this person also is going to make you, restart from zero again. It's a brand new feeling that you guys are going to be experiencing in the future. It's a feeling of like, yep, I have moved away from everything that stresses me out. Life is good right now, especially since the fact that I feel that I've met somebody who I see them as being fully supportive of me. One of the ways that you would know them is this, Aries. You would know them because of little things that they do to you. So let's say, for instance, you sleep over in their house and they would kind of like cover you with blankets when you forgot to cover yourself with blanket, like just like that little things. Like you would see that, oh my God, like this person actually cares about me because of their act of services. But again, as I said, this person is going to be making you feel brand new again here, Aries, okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Aries. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye guys. Have a great day. I love you.